I am Dan Frye. I am the co-owner of Bombshell Bettys Salon here in Des Moines. We have two locations currently, one out in Clive, Iowa. The other one is in the East Village of Des Moines, which is an up-and-coming area here in town. And I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I'm so excited to talk about like the exciting things in the industry. So I work as a platform artist for a small company called Color, and they send me to shows all over the country where I get to do hair on stage in front of my peers. And that is just such an amazing experience to be honored with that. There's just so much you can do in this industry besides just your everyday haircutting. And there's travel. I travel all over the country for education. My travel schedule for the next 30 days is I'll be in Boston the 7th, and then I'll be in New York the 20th, and then the next month, which is less than 30 days away still almost, I'll be in Orlando. And that's just, it's awesome to be able to do that, and it's hair paid for it all. Like people are paying me to go places, and it's just a lot of fun. There's just so much to do. There's the hair shows, there's the contest. The color company we use has an international contest. It's being held in Barcelona this year. So if you win the US category, then you get a free ticket to Barcelona for you and your model, and you get to do hair in Barcelona. Rella's got their Trend Vision, Goldwell's got Color Zoom, L'Oreal's got one that just came to the US this year. So there's all these color companies doing these giant contests, which are a lot of fun, and it pushes the envelope because you get to like get a model and do something you wouldn't normally do that maybe you think is awesome. And that is just part of like my excitement when it comes to like the things you can do that aren't just behind the chair making money things. This is like just lots of fun. The travel, the hair shows, the contests, I mean, it's just cool. So being an owner is an interesting thing because on one note, like especially a behind the chair owner like myself and my wife, like we have our own clients and we're trying to service them, and then we have this other set of clients, which is the stylists that we have to service. And so it's not something that I think somebody should look forward to being out of school, even if it's like renting a chair or something like that. I think they really need to polish the rest of their skills prior to taking that leap. You know, I went to school as an owner and came back out, and honestly, if I could do it over again, if there's something I'd change, I would love to have gone to school before I was an owner and had that pressure off my plate, because there's a phenomenal amount of pressure to be a salon owner and a new stylist. So, but to be an owner, it really takes somebody that's willing to work hard, that's willing to make decisions and make them quickly, and somebody that's willing to be confident in their own abilities. And so for a new stylist, I generally, you know, in today's age, it's changing. The whole environment of things changing. It used to be chair rental wasn't a thing, or it was a thing that like right before you retired, you rented a chair. Now it's like there's kids getting out of school and doing it. Some of them are having success, some aren't. And the ones that aren't, I can tell them it's because they're not ready for that. And that's okay. You don't have to start ready for that. You can learn that skill and you can get the rest of them. And some people aren't. I have people that work for me that went to chair rental and came back and were like, this isn't for me. You know, so it's a different skill set it takes to be an owner, it takes a boss to be a boss. And it's not always fun, and it's not always glamorous, and the money isn't like throw money around crazy always. And sometimes it is, like sometimes you have the big wins, and sometimes you have the small wins, and sometimes you have the losses. So it's something you got to factor in. It's a risk factor. You got to be a little bit of gambler, half crazy. You know, that's what it takes to be an owner. And a sweet winner is kind of the same thing. You got to be willing to take those risks and hope they pay off. And that means staying the long hours. You know, I was at the salon till 11 o'clock last night finishing a color correction. I could have sent her out when we closed, but I wasn't happy, and I knew that that's going to come back on us in the form of a bad review, or maybe a lost guess, which is as bad as a bad review in my opinion. And instead I got to rebook some product sales and a big tip. So that's what it takes to be an owner. It's just that extra work. We look for nice people. Like, number one requirement to work in my salon is, are you a nice person? And that entails like we actually do look at your social media, and we see like what you are outside of work, and we look at the way you come into the salon, if you're on time, if you're nice to the people that greet you when you come into the salon and stuff like that. Like, it's the little details I don't think people think we pay attention to, that those like make the decision long before we sit down with you for us. So being professional, having, you know, dressing for the job you want. I mean, in today's age, it seems like we're kind of just going down and down when it comes to professionalism, and we kind of want to be the industry that brings it back up. I mean, when you think of the greats, you think like Vidal Sassoon. Guy always wears a suit and had polished shoes. Like, and so when you go to an interview, look your best, and it doesn't have to be a suit and a tie or a you know, your nicest dress or whatever you would normally wear, your business, you know, your business suit. But it does have to be well put together, well thought out, and make sense. And you know, it doesn't have to be expensive. It just got to be complete. So your image is important, and then social media wise, like putting all your drama on Facebook. Everybody has something going on in their life, but when we can see that clearly, then we know that that's like a negative thing that's going to come with you to the salon. So being professional in the way you present yourself, because you got to remember, like, these people on Facebook, I don't even really do a whole lot of personal social media stuff anymore, because people on Facebook are like my client pool to some degree. You know, like, I want them to see me as a professional and the expert at this. And so if I'm posting a bunch of stuff that's not positive, then when they come to my page, they're not going to have a positive vibe. So I mean, you can have post pictures of your kids and stuff like that. That's fine. At our salon, we actually require them to have a professional Instagram only. So no kid pictures, no thoughts or opinions. It's just pictures of the hair they've done, and that's something we do for everybody. We put it on their card. But yeah, professionalism is huge for us. As far as like other qualities that we hire on, like I said, nice is the number one thing. We obviously want you to have some basic skill sets. I always tell people, like, the best thing about hair school that you'll ever learn is just to come at people with a pair of shears. Like, that's just, it's such an uncomfortable thing. So we know that people are coming out of school and they're a little scared because now they had the safety net of the teachers and the expectations of, you know, being at school. And you know, a salon client is different than a school client. They have different expectations on what's going to happen. You know, a school client's a little more forgiving or knows it might be a little more of a process. Salon client's like one and done kind of thing. And so that's a little intimidating, and we don't hire based off that skill set, surprisingly enough, but we do like want you to like be comfortable working with clients. So that would be a big one. You know, other than that, like I said, your image matters, being nice matters, and being comfortable working with clients and people, and then teamwork. Like we listen for keywords about like wanting to be part of a team and wanting to be with a group, because realistically, like, nobody's gonna have every answer. And if you think you have every answer when you're in the salon, that becomes really negative really fast when something goes sideways. So we look for that team mentality too. So we like to see like sports and stuff like that on resumes and stuff, like things they did that show us they know how to be part of a team. So being busy depends on how hard you work at it. And it's all based on kind of that go-getter attitude, you know, like making sure that you're out there continuously marketing yourself, as well as another really important thing is doing all the details. Like, you would be surprised how many people come to us, and it's not that we cut better hair or we do better color than their last stylist, but it's we paid attention to the details. Like, maybe it's on men, we took care of their eyebrows when they were in our chair, or got the ear hair out. That's a big one. Or for women, it's the scalp massage, or just the little tiny things that we do that make a difference, but it makes you really busy. I'm pretty much booked out from the time I walk in the salon till the time I walk out most days. Now there's always that cancellation or something like that, and like yesterday I had a cancellation and I filled it with the client that was in my chair doing something else. So hair is one of those industries, it's kind of like you can be as busy as you want, it's how hard you want to work for it.